Ladies and gentlemen, it's always way better to do these videos when the Red Sox get a win. We're going to talk about everything you need to know. Plus, we're going to talk about the comments made by Alex Cora surrounding these rookies and whether or not they are going to even play this weekend. I think that kind of boggles my mind, but we're going to get into the quotes. We're going to get into the reasons why or why not. You know, Roman Anthony and Marcelo may or may not play this weekend against the Yankees. We're going to get into that in the front half of our show today. But first, go follow us on Instagram. I am on Instagram at the Red Sox Rundown, posting short form content, posting photos, videos, all of the above. And I've got a deal for all of you. We are 25 followers away from 200. That's a goal I've been trying to get to for a long time now. And it's, we've slowed down a little bit, but I'm going to make this deal with all of you. If we can get to 200 followers, I will do a Q&A video on this channel that is completely derived of Instagram questions. So I'll post a poll on my Instagram story. You guys can ask me any questions about the Red Sox that you want, and we will make a video. I'll even get your name and your profile photo up on the video as well, so you get a little bit of love in the video. But we got to get to 200 followers. We're at 175 right now. So that link will be down in the comments and description of today's video. Go follow us on Instagram, and we will have a Q&A video when we hit that goal. All right, so let's talk about the quotes. We've seen this already a little bit with Campbell, and not really Campbell because he's a righty, but we've seen this with Wilyer, and we are going to see this with Anthony, and we've talked about this with Wilyer and with Casas and with others. Cora not liking to play certain guys against lefty pitching. And the reason why we're talking about all of this is because the projected starters for the Yankees series, all three of them are lefties. So there is a thought that all three, games, we might not see Roman Anthony and Marcelo start. Well, could they come in and pinch hit and this and that, the other thing? Sure, but the question remains, though, are they going to play at all against the Yankees? So let's get into Alex Cora's quotes. I don't necessarily fully agree with him, although he does have some good points. And let's just get into it. Here's what Alex Cora had to say in terms of pinch hitting for the rookies against lefties in general. This is kind of what he had to say. He said, "This is what we do here, right? They're going against lefties that we're going to hit for them. They're going to, and then they're going to pinch hit for other guys. We've got some good pinch hitters here. Romy, that's his job, and Ref too. So we'll pick and choose. They understand." It does make sense. If your agenda right now is to win now, which I would assume it is, the season is nowhere near over yet. If your philosophy is to win now, you put the best players in your lineup that you need to, and it just is what it is. Romy Gonzalez and Refsnyder hit really well against left-handed pitching. So if you've got Marcelo, who has struggled against lefty pitching, so that one makes more sense. But even a Roman Anthony, who's a lefty and is a rookie and is in his first week in the major leagues, it might make more sense to put Romy and Refsnyder in the starting lineup over an Anthony and a Wilyer. Like I said, people are going to be mad about that. And I've already seen, Felger and Maz and all these people kind of going at it about this very topic. And I can understand the frustration. These guys are up here. They should get as much hitting as possible. They should get as many reps against lefties as possible. How are you going to develop? But at the same time, again, it goes back to the argument. If you're in it to win it, you put the best lineup on the field as possible. And it might be that Romy and Ref are a better lineup than Anthony and Wilyer. Cora had a little bit more. He talked kind of about the philosophy of benching the rookies against lefties. He said, "I think the lefties here in the majors are real lefties. There's stuff here, especially the guys in the bullpen. I truly believe that if you've got stuff, you're going to be here. You're not going to be in AAA or AA. So what they rookies see here is different, and we have two of the best pinch hitters. That's the reality of our roster." Again, he has a really good point. If you are a left-handed pitcher and you've got good stuff, you're going to be in the majors because lefties are just harder to come by. So you're going to see them in the majors. The stuff you see down in AAA and AA is not nearly the stuff you're going to see in the majors. And that's the Roman Anthony argument, because everyone points to the fact that Roman Anthony's OPS, I think, was like 800 plus against lefties in AAA. But you're not seeing the same quality opponent in AAA that you're seeing in the majors. So it is definitely a different shift. And this all goes back to the conversation. If you're trying to win now, it's not time to develop. It's time to put your best formula in the lineup. And that is Romy and Refsnyder. So again, people may be coming at Cora for this, but it does make a little bit of sense. But you let me know. I'm going to continue. There's more quotes that we're going to talk about. There's more things I want to discuss. But first, I'm just going to ask you this question. And this is going to be a controversial one. Do you agree with Alex Cora on this specific scenario? I'm not talking about bullpen management or this, that, the other thing. On this scenario of potentially benching Roman Anthony and Marcelo Wilyer for Romy Gonzalez and Rob Refsnyder against lefty pitching this weekend. A for agree if you agree. D for disagree if you do not agree. Let me know down below in the comments. I want to hear your thoughts because I know this is going to be a controversial one. So Cora went on and he talked about the state of the Red Sox as a whole. And this is what he had to say. He said, I don't think people are happy with where we're at. No, we're not. The team is supposed to be better, is supposed to play better baseball and be in the hunt, right? And we're not there yet. So my job is to try to maximize matchups and help win games. We haven't done that, but I think Romy has done an amazing job. Ref has done an amazing job. And the kids, they understand. They know. I had a conversation with Marcelo in New York, and today I talked to Roman about a lot of stuff, including pinch hitting. They're all into winning. They know. We will keep doing that. And then one more quote real quick about the big three in general. He said, they're very talented, and they're here because they have earned the right to be in the big leagues. But there's a big gap. There's a gap. So at the end of the day, I'm just going to harken back to what I've said. You put the best players on the field. And if you do not think that the matchup is appropriate to have Roman Anthony and Marcelo Wilyer on the field, they're not going to play. Now, I can agree with Marcelo Wilyer because even in the minors, he has struggled against left-handed hitting. I can understand that one. I am still puzzled about the Roman Anthony one. He is supposed to be the person that gives you the jolt in this offense. He's supposed to be one of the driving forces in this kind of new rejuvenation in the lineup. So why then, in his first Yankee series at home, is he potentially, and I'm not saying this is going to happen. This is all just pure speculation. We won't know. Come Friday, they both might be in the lineup. We don't know. But based on speculation and based on the matchups and based on these quotes, it seems like they probably are not going to be starting this weekend. I still think that you give Roman Anthony the nod because he is the number one prospect in baseball. He is supposed to be this really great hitter, and he's shown it at all levels so far. So I don't fully agree on that one, but at the end of the day, if you're trying to win, which the Red Sox are, you're going to put the best lineup out on the field. I'm going to end it on this. Ed Hand, if you don't follow him on Twitter, he's a great follow. I would highly recommend it. He's at EdHand89. He had this tweet, which I completely agree with everything he says. He says, I kind of see both sides of the left-handed rookies batting against lefties argument. On one hand, Major League left-handed pitchers are indefinitely tougher than minor league left-handed pitchers. No comparison. On the other hand, the only way to get Anthony and Wilyer will be able to learn how to hit is to get the reps. Said, if it's win now, you should absolutely be platooning / pinch hitting with them, particularly given how lethal Refsnyder and Romy are against lefties. At some point, though, they're going to have to learn to hit them. So the question really is, at what point do you cut the metaphorical umbilical cord? I don't think they're there yet, but it's definitely going to be an interesting thing to monitor this weekend against the Yankees. This is a crucial series against New York. This could be make or break. You've done enough in the last week against New York last weekend and against the Rays the middle of this week. You've done enough to stay relevant. So this series this weekend against New York is going to be ultra pivotal. And I think you got to put the best lineup on the field. Does that have Roman Anthony and Marcelo Wilyer in it? Maybe. Or is it Romy Gonzalez and Rob Refsnyder? We shall see. Give me your confidence level on Alex Cora. scale it on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being he is the worst manager in all of baseball, 10 being he is the best manager in all of baseball. Everyone's going to hate me for this. I'm going to give him like an 8. He's made some mistakes this year. Some of his bullpen usage hasn't been great, but I still think he's one of the better managers in all of baseball. I'm going to die on that hill. I know everyone in my comments wants Cora to be fired. They've wanted him to be fired for the last year. But I hate to be the bearer of bad news. That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And I think you got to live with the fact that he's going to be your manager. And look at the things that he does positively. He's done a lot of really positive things for this team. And a lot of the things that people harp on with Cora are not his fault. So you let me know, though. Scale of 1 to 10, confidence level in Alex Cora. We're going to talk about the game here in a second. A fun one, to say the least. A little too close for comfort, but definitely a fun game nonetheless. But if you love the Red Sox, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I've had multiple comments over the past few days, which have been really funny, about how fast I've gotten the recap shorts up after the game. That's what you're going to get here. Instant recaps after the game with everything you need to know. I watch all 162, so you don't have to. All you need to do is subscribe to this channel to know everything that happens around the Red Sox. So make sure you hit the subscribe button. Don't miss any of our short form content. Don't miss any of our long form content. We do watch parties as well every now and then, which are a lot of fun. And we're going to be live for the MLB draft and the MLB trade deadline. So don't miss out. Hit that subscribe button right now. Red Sox win 4-3. They win the series. This is their first time winning back-to-back series, I think, since the beginning of the season. And, good win. Great win. Great win. The 4 runs came on 4 home runs. Jarren Duran with a leadoff home run, first pitch of the game for the Red Sox, which was an awesome momentum boost after Walker Buehler gives you a clean first inning. You also had Abraham Toro give you the lead when after Yandy Diaz tied up the game. Abraham Toro comes back out the next half inning and gives you the lead, but it was the Marcelo Meyer show. First multi-homer game, his first home run at Fenway in general, but his first multi-homer game in the major leagues, and he is the youngest Red Sox to have a multi-hit game since Rafael Devers in 2018. The future is here. I've said this over the last few videos, but it's just so exciting and rejuvenating to see. Because the beginning of the season, after the Kristian Campbell excitement wore off and he started to slump in May, this season really kind of grinded to a halt. But now that you get Meyer up, that was a little bit of excitement. Roman Anthony gets called up, that was a little bit of excitement. You take the series against New York, you take this series against Tampa Bay, and both Roman and Marcelo played contributing factors in those wins, specifically against Tampa Bay. It's just, like, right now, being a Red Sox fan is just so much fun. To watch these young kids play, they're starting to win games, their pitching starting to figure it out, and I tweeted earlier today, a Garrett Crochet Friday at Fenway against New York is literal chills. I'm so excited for the game on Friday just to watch it. To watch Garrett Crochet go out there. He's already shoved against the Yankees once, although he did give up some runs. It actually wasn't his best outing, but you did enough to win the game. But to see him get a chance at redemption and to absolutely shove against New York at home, I'm so excited. I hope they wear the Fenway greens. I hope. I'm so excited. It's such an exciting time to be a Red Sox fan. And a lot of the reason why is because the big 3 are here and they are contributing. The rest of the offense didn't do much. Like I said, Abraham Toro had the 2-hit game. Rafael had a 2-hit game as well. He's had a bunch of multi-hit games. Trevor Story went cold tonight, but he did not strike out, which is a really big thing. You only struck out 8 times, which I think is a net positive. If you strike out less than double digits, it's always a net positive for me. Looking at the pitching side, you had another pitcher go more than 6 innings, and this time Walker Buehler went 7. He looked really good. 6 hits, only 1 walk. He gave up 3 earned runs, but 2 of those 3 runs came on a home run from Yandy Diaz. So that's 1 pitch, 1 mistake that gave up 2 runs, so that is what it is. He struck out 7. He was on tonight. He looked really good. He kept his pitch count under 100 and gave you 7 innings. Every pitcher this week, and this was, I'm not going to lie, we talked about it on Monday morning. Like, this threesome of pitchers, I was very nervous about. You had Bayo on Monday, Giolito on Tuesday, and you had Walker Buehler yesterday, all of which have mightily struggled as of late. They all gave you 6 or more, which after your bullpen was heavily depleted over the weekend and heavily depleted on Monday in the extra innings game, or was it Tuesday? Monday in the extra innings game, like, you needed that length out of your starters. You only had to use 3 tonight. Justin Wilson came in, gave up a hit, didn't look very strong, and he only went a third of an inning, but it is what it is. Greg Weisser came in and closed out the 8th inning. He looked really good, had a hit and a walk, but then got a K to get out of it. And then Aroldis Chapman gets the save in the 9th and has 2 strikeouts. Solid game from the pitching, and another game under 2.5 hours. It was very, very refreshing. All right, we're moving on to New York. Yankees come to town. I believe you're going to get a tougher portion of their bullpen this time, or their rotation this time around. You are going to see Max Fried. You're going to see Yarbrough again, and I think who is it? Who's supposed to be? Let me see if they're out yet. Friday. It's still TBD. I don't remember who the Friday matchup is supposed to be, but I know you're supposed to see Fried on Saturday, and you're supposed to see Yarbrough on Sunday. So you are going to get their ace, Max Fried. Not ideal, but I'm feeling relatively good about this series. I think you can take it 2 out of 3. I'm feeling a lot more confident about this team. However, New York is beating up on the Royals, who are a good team. They've beat up on them the last 2 nights. So concerning to say the least, but, I think you win the Crochet game, and then I think you win the Yarbrough game. I think the free game is going to be tough, but you're at home now. You've got the home field advantage. Fenway is always rocking for these Yankee games, and I think the Red Sox are going to take the series. But you let me know. Predict the Red Sox record versus the Yankees for 3 games. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. I'm very, very excited to hear your thoughts. That's it, guys. That's where I'm going to end it. Thank you all so much for taking the time to watch. Again, one more time, I'm going to ask you, if you have not already, consider hitting that subscribe button. We did hit our goal of 2,200 subscribers, so thank you all so much. The next goal is 2,300. You already know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. That's it, guys. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Enjoy the off day. We'll see you on Friday for another video. And until next time, go Sox.